We're here with Miko Nakiri from the Backup Exec team, talks about VMware and the Backup Exec product, version 15, and the deep VADP integration we have. Is that right, Miko?
That's right,
and benefits as well. All
so
right.
we're talking about vStorage APIs for data protection, and that is the integration method, how Backup Exec 15 integrates with vSphere side, including the latest release by VMware vSphere 6. So here in the diagram, I have a couple of things here. First of all, in the middle here, I have the Backup Exec server, the Backup Exec 15 server. I have a couple of different storage connected to it. So I have tape, disk, and also cloud options there. On the right side, I have a VMware virtual SAN, which is also part of vSphere 6. And that requires a couple of different hosts. And I have the vSAN data store available here with a couple of VMs as well. And on the left side here, I have a traditional SAN. And you can basically connect to the vSphere infrastructure and the storage through different methods. I have a SAN here, but I also have a traditional LAN network available here. So you can use whatever methods are available for your environment and your storage. So I'll go through a little bit on the details on how we actually integrate with vStorage APIs for data protection. And it doesn't matter whether you're using VMware Virtual SAN or virtual volumes, or if you're using a traditional SAN or network for your environment. We can always integrate to your data store using the vStorage APIs, and I'll explain how that works. So here we have the backup server, and it basically requests from the vSphere environment to get a snapshot of the virtual machines that we're targeting. So we're first of all getting a request to the vSphere host to give us a snapshot of a particular VM that we want to back up. So the ESX host there sends us that snapshot over, takes that snapshot and sends it over to the backup server. And again, we can connect through vCenter or the ESX host itself directly. And we basically get a snapshot of that virtual machine directly from the storage side. So that's important because we are off-hosting the backup. We don't have to go through the ESX server itself. And that's an important difference to keep in mind, because if you're using a traditional agent-based backup of your virtual machine, if you're backing them up like a physical system, you're always causing an impact on the vSphere environment. Whereas if you're using the off-host backup method of VADP or vStorage APIs for data protection, there's little to no impact on the actual environment. And that really helps you as a customer, your environment, so that you won't have any kind of disturbance in the vSphere force with your operations. So once we're asked and gotten that snapshot of the virtual machine, we can then store that to any of our storage methods. So depending on what kind of backup you use, whether it's agentless or agent-based backup, we can then store that backup into tape or disk, or even use cloud as the destination, like the Amazon Storage Gateway VTL as an example. So really, that's how the operations look themselves, and that's a good representation on how we integrate with vSphere environments.
So great stuff, Miko. So I heard snapshot requests. I heard direct from storage backups. What does that mean from a customer benefit perspective? All these cool deep integration VADP features you've been talking about.
That's a great question, and the benefits really are first of all the off-host backup capability. So that's at least for me the key one. So you don't cause any impact on or little impact on your vSphere environment itself when you're doing the operations on the storage layer there. Second of all, there is a performance benefit. So if you're using a transport mode through the vStorage APIs, you can usually get a lot better performance compared to an agent-based backup if you're just treating the virtual machines as physical systems. And by the way, there's an easy way to tell you if you're doing things right or wrong. If you have any ESX hosts or any other virtualized host in your Backup Exec UI, you know that you're doing things right. So as long as you have a virtual host available in your UI, that means that's an indication that you're actually protecting everything in the right way. So in addition to that, we also have the DR capability. So you have multiple levels of DR based on the backup methods you're using, and you also get the benefits of agentless backup. So no more agent management for your environment. So those are basically the benefits. Off-host backup, performance, your DR options and agentless backup.
All right, well, great stuff. So VADP integration, off-host, performance, low client impact. That's great, Nico. Thank you for your time. And
You're welcome.
Thank you.